Welcome back. The UAE's financial markets are closed today. Trading will resume on Sunday. So let's now take a look at the various currencies, followed by the price of oil and commodities. After one of the most volatile weeks in memory, US stocks ended higher on Friday in a tentative sign that the worst of the selling may be over. Volume was much lighter than on any other day of the week, and intraday swings were far less violent than in previous days. Both signs suggested a drop in investor anxiety. Still, the market was down for the week and posted its worst three-week decline since March 2009. It was the busiest week in terms of volume since October 2008. Blue chips garnered more attention from investors looking for relative safety in the equity markets. Boeing gained 4.9% to $61.75, leading the Dow Industrials. US retail sales posted the biggest gains in 4 months in July, which also boosted buying. For the week, the Dow fell 1.5% and the Nasdaq lost 1%. The S&P 500 fell on 11 of the past 15 days, dropping 12.4% in 3 weeks. Scrambling to meet demands from the European Central Bank to take urgent action to restore confidence in its finances, the Italian government is poised to pass a sweeping package of cuts and tax increases at an emergency cabinet meeting. The meeting is expected to adopt 20 billion euros in austerity measures for 2012 and to predict a further 25 billion euros the year after to bring the budget into balance by 2013. The funding of regions and local government is set to be cut by 6 billion euros next year. The emergency meeting was announced with the aim of passing measures which would reassure panicked financial markets by controlling public debt, which is running at 120% of gross domestic product. And new data shows that Greece's severe recession slowed in the second quarter, but economists say things are likely to get worse in the second half as more austerity kicks in. The fear is that it will make the EU IMF targets harder to meet. Greek gross domestic product fell 6.9% in the second quarter from a year earlier. That's after a contraction in GDP of 8.1% in the first quarter. Demand for imports slumped while exports picked up, improving the country's trade balance. Indo-Japan bilateral ties will be strengthened when the two nations' industrial leaders, policymakers, academics and researchers meet at the India-Japan Global Partnership Summit in Tokyo, scheduled September 5 and 7. The two countries signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement on February 16 in Tokyo and exchanged diplomatic notes on June 30. The agreement has the aim of providing greater access to bilateral markets and almost doubling the bilateral trade from 12.6 billion US dollars to 25 billion US dollars by 2014. Organised by the India Centre Foundation, the summit will allow strategic ventures, alliances and partnerships to create a new socio-economic framework.
Japan is extremely important to Indian industry. It is important for technology, it is important for raising funds, it is important for making the business connections, it is important for providing global avenues for our products and for jointly working together to create more markets for Indian companies.
If our wisdom and our challenges, our execution power and our energies come together, why we want to limit it to only small platform like India or small platform of Japan? World is ours. We can go to every country and just see if they like our idea. If they like, they will subscribe. If they subscribe, we can always ask them, can we empower you somehow?
And finally, Peru is the world's number 6 gold producer, and as investors expect blockbuster growth from the surge in bullion, exporters are hoping to cash in on the splurge. Gold hit a new record of $1,813.79 earlier on Thursday, before recoiling slightly as riskier assets like stocks rose. The precious metal has risen 20% since the end of June, as investors seek a safe haven from stock market volatility and fears of a global recession. Exporters exporters expect the prices will go even higher. Chief Executive of Peru's top gold miner, Buenaventura, said on Thursday the price per ounce of gold could be as high as $2,000 or $2,500 next year.
At the start of the year, I thought the price of gold was going to reach $1,700. I didn't imagine how high it would get, and so quickly it would reach $1,800 like it did on Wednesday. But under these circumstances, with the inadequate way that the world's economic issues are being handled, it wouldn't surprise me if next year we see gold at $2,000 to $2,500.
And up next we have the day's sports news for you, so stay with us.